Good evening and welcome to Mansion House for the medal matches at the Beazley International Trophy. It's been a packed day already here in the centre of London. We've had a couple of semi-final matches earlier on today. USA took on Italy, and it was Italy that came out winners 45-38. Great Britain took on France in the other semi-final, and it was Great Britain that won 45-41 against France, the same score as they had at the European Games in Baku earlier this year. So the gold medal match will be between Great Britain and Italy a little bit later on. But first up on the piste, it's the USA up against France. We've had a couple of semi-final matches earlier on today. Onto the USA field of play, the ex-international foil fencer Graham Ablett explaining how foil scoring works with Lawrence Halstead of the Great Britain team and Marcus Webster, his teammate, as guinea pigs. It's a packed out crowd here in the Egyptian Hall at Mansion House. Beautiful location for any kind of event, spectacular for those who are fans of fencing. We've had a couple of semi-final. So for those of you that are new to fencing, and I'm sure there are a few of you watching, foil is a point weapon. You have to strike your opponent with the tip of your sword, and the valid target area is defined by the silvery jacket that they're wearing called a lame. It's the torso of the body, everything apart from the head, arms and legs. The referee has to decide who the attacking fencer is, and then the other fencer has three choices. They can get hit, either on target or off target, or they can run away, make their opponent's attack miss, or they can block with their blade, and we call that a parry. If they do either of the last two things, essentially it's their turn to attack. It's not quite as simple as that, but those are the basics of the sport. Building here itself, beautiful mansion house, was built between 1739 and 1752. Slap bang in the heart of the city, and it's home of the Lord Mayor of the City of London. So up first on the piste, very, very shortly, it will be a USA versus France at the Beazley International Trophy. I'm Karim Bashir, and this live stream broadcast is brought to you courtesy of British Fencing and their official equipment manufacturers, Leon Paul. But of course, the big name here at this event is Beazley. They have provided a spectacular 5-year partnership with British Fencing, and this event is to celebrate the finale of that event at the end of this year. A spectacular contribution to the Olympic sport of fencing here in the UK. Beazley are a specialist insurance company, and they really know how to throw a party. But I can tell you that the chaps here are here for medals. Representing USA, the world #1, Racing Bowden, Miles Chamley-Watson, former world champion, and Garrick Meinhardt. No reserve for the team for the USA, but their coach is Greg Macialis, a well-known figure on the international foil circuit. For France, we have Owen Lepechou, Enzo Lefort, Julien Mertin and Jeremy Cadeau in reserve. But first up, Miles Chamley-Watson and Jeremy Cadeau. The Americans are on the right. And you'll see the US flag on the mask of the giant Miles Chamley-Watson. Born in London, Miles Chamley-Watson. And our referee taking control of proceedings tonight is Nick Payne, former GB international foilist himself, and a referee of some note. So, a slight delay in proceedings. Now, that gives me a little chance to let you know what that is. It's team matches are an accumulator format. 9 matches in a row, and each fencer will fence each of the fencers from the other team once. The first match goes up to 5 hits, and then the second pairing come on and they adopt that score. Now, what we've done with the format is we've changed it very slightly just to fit in with the timings of the competition. So instead of 3 minutes as standard, there's actually only 2 minutes per leg in this match. And it's Charlie Watson that's got off to a flyer here, 2-0 up. Well, a rogue off-target light came up there. There's no meeting of the blades. Well, they're both waiting there. Charlie Watson was the first to strike at close distance. Using that extra long reach of his. Goes forward, a flying attack. And the Americans have got off to a flyer in this bronze medal match at this Beazley International Trophy. They lead 5-2. Next up for the USA, Gerrit Meinhardt. And he'll be up against Enzo Lefort. The French team are ranked third in the world at the moment. And they've beat the USA twice this season, 45-33 in the semi-finals at the Tokyo World Cup and 45-38 in the semi-finals at the Bonn World Cup. USA are ranked fourth in the world. They had those two defeats against the French team earlier in the season. And they've had a couple of good results this season. They won the Pan American Championships and they won the Paris World Cup. And there's a bronze medal, of course, in the Bonn World Cup in February. The French team have had a couple of wins, and they are the current European champions. Well, weapon failure for Enzo Lefort. Slightly delaying proceedings. A stunning season a couple of years ago, the 23-year-old from France. He's not had a bad season, a couple of third-place finishes in the Tokyo World Cup and Paris World Cup. But, ranked 22 in the world. Gerrit Meinhardt is a world ranking of 8, and he also has a couple of bronze medals this season, most recently at the Moscow World Championships. Nice attack there from Meinhardt, though. Referee Nick Payne gives that as a pari post off target for Gerrit Meinhardt. So if you have the right of way, if it's your turn effectively to hit, then if you score or if you hit your opponent off target, then you get no point awarded, but the fight stops and starts from where that hit was scored. Picking up the blade there from Enzo Lefort, bringing the French back within one. A good leg here. First para riposte is no from Garrick Meinhardt, so the French are now level. Final action goes to the American. Well, now we get an off-target light coming up on the side of the French fencer. Well, there's a number of meetings of the blade there. Nick Payne having a good think about this and doesn't separate them. That's a fair call from the referee if he's not 100% sure. There's no video replay system, and I'm pretty sure in that case Nick would have used it, but there isn't one here. And if he's not sure, he has the right as the referee to say, well, look, I'm not sure, I'm not going to call it anyway because I don't want to call it the wrong way. But that's a beautiful attack there from Garrick Meinhardt, getting back to 2 hits in the lead for the USA. But Enzo Lefort is not having any of it. A frantic movement there from the French fencer. Attack fails from Meinhardt on the right. Rough target light is all Lefort can get, but what a beautiful attack. An explosive lunge, a slow step and then an explosive lunge. And looking down, I can see a French coach, Frank Baudin, is very happy with that last hit from his charge. But the final action is all the way through from Garrick Meinhardt. I have to say that was a great performance from Lefort, though. He's brought the French back into this. They just trail by the single point at the moment. Lefort outscoring Meinhardt 7-5 there. Up next, world number 1 on your right, Race Imboden. And he's up against Erwan Lepeshu. Lepeshu is ranked 20th in the world, a lefty. That's an attack all the way through from the 33-year-old. Lovely stop hit there from the world number 1. Body wire came unclipped there for Erwan Lepeshu, and has to clip that back in because that automatically brings up a white light. Talking to the French team earlier on today, and they said that a lot of work has been done on belief and goals in that French team since, well, I think they would say themselves a disastrous Olympics in London in 2012. And the big word that was used was efficiency. Efficiency. They were very keen to look at their processes and make sure that their training was done in a much more efficient and well, achievable way, given the fact that they are not full-time athletes. Wow, both making themselves awkward to hit. No light comes up. First attack fails from Race Imboden, He actually has time for a second bite of the cherry, but he misses on that one as well, and it's simplest of hits for Erwan Lepechou to level things up again for France. An interesting match this has been so far, and we're not even a third of the way through it. Another beautiful stop hit from the American. Able to land in such a small part of the target and then escape. The attack is working well for Lepechou. Oh, lovely attack there. Racing Bowden pulled Lepechou in, tricked him into making an attack which fell short, and then he picked up the right of way himself. The first one for me there is no from the American. He actually acknowledges the hit. That is the beauty of this sport, so sporting. Now, whilst this is an exhibition match, I can tell you that all these guys are really up for it, and we've seen a couple of moments of absolutely brilliant sportsmanship, and deserves the beautiful compound parry riposte there at the end. And Racing Bowden keeps the Americans in the lead, but only just. So a third of the way through the match, and it is 15-14. It can't be tighter than that in a team match after 3 legs. So up next, the second fight for Gerrit Meinhardt, and the second fight for Jeremy Cadeau. Cadeau, the French fencer on your left. Ranked 7th in the world. He won the first World Cup of the season in the individual event in San Francisco. And it's actually not far off the start of the season for these guys. Brilliant training event for them. They go to San Jose in about 4 weeks' time, where they will fight in both individual and team events. Can't get better than this. Number 7 and number 8 in the world in the individual rankings up against each other. It's a tight match. France just trailing by 1 now at 16-15 down. Ambitious exhibition event has taken many, many months to put together by the team at Beazley, working with British Fencing and the 3 other federations to put this marvellous show on. Well, Cadeau found the blade then, but he didn't get through the parry from Gerrit Meinhardt. Meinhardt opens up a 3-hit lead for the Americans. Again, the attack fails from the French fencer. Blade met by Meinhardt, but he can't land a riposte. Attack starts early enough from Cadeau, gets the right of way, but still trailing by 3. Meinhardt just 1 point away from the target score of 20 for this 4th leg. Still the attack from the American. He seals the fourth leg there, and the Americans lead by 4 points now. Only 2 there for Cadeau. It's 5 for Meinhardt. And with Cadeau on a -6 indicator, I'm wondering whether the French team will be thinking about bringing in their reserve Julien Martin for Cadeau's last fight, which is the penultimate fight in this bronze medal match. But up now, Miles Chamley-Watson of the USA on your right, Alain Lepéchu of France on your left. As I said, Lepéchu is ranked 20th in the world. Miles Chamley-Watson is ranked number 11 in the world, fences out of the Manhattan Fencers Club. Individual world champion in men's foil in 2013, the first American to do that, in fact, in the men's foil discipline. And comes running in, tries to pick up the blade of the French fencer, but Lepéchu is too wise for that particular fast action, takes advantage of it, closes to within 4 again. Nice attack there, the American. Well, pinned to the back line somehow. Miles Chamley-Watson right there in the centre of your picture is able to fashion a hit. Final action given there to Miles Chamley-Watson. The USA lead 25-19.
Hi, my name is Enzo Lefort. I'm a French fencer. I'm here in London to participate to the Beazley tournament, and I'm excited to be in this beautiful place, as a mansion house, to doing fencing in this place.
Hi, I'm Maurice Bowden, and I'm on the men's foil team for the US.
Well, there you saw it. Our next two fencers Enzo Lefort on your left for France, and Racing Bowden on your right for the USA. Hurtling through this match at the moment. Our first action fails again from Racing Bowden on your right, but he's able to get a second quick remise in there. And this time the first attack lands underneath the arm, left-hander against right-hander. Often see hits under the arm or around the back of the sword arm. And for me, that's a parry riposte for the American, but Nick Payne is unable to separate them. And that's why he's down there and I'm up here. No complaints from the fencers. A little bit of banter between the two fencers there on the middle of the piece. All very friendly. As I was saying, this is an exhibition match, but it's a really important one for these teams. They get some valuable training in ahead of the start of the season. Both getting a bit scrappy there, not able to land anything. Well, and Bowden lured Enzo Lefort into attacking there, was fast enough to pull a cart parry across his body, but unable to land the riposte, and again they get tangled up in close quarters. And the hits are coming when they're at distance with each other. So Racing Bowden elects to change his weapon. Skip up to the middle and test to make sure it all works properly. And this lead is now starting to look like it's getting bigger and bigger for the Americans. 6 hits ahead. I think that Lefort will want to score at least 3 or 4 more before this fight is over, but there's only 26 seconds left. Remember the short format that we've got here, just 2 minutes per leg rather than the usual 3. And Lefort is going for it and gets that one. Back within 5. Riposte is parried, and the American comes forward and gets the 29th hit for the Americans. Close quarters this time. It's Enzo Lefort that lands on the target area. Somehow leaping up in the air, unable to move backwards or forwards, and lands a hit nonetheless, and some rueful smiles there in the French camp. Final action is good for the American. The Americans 5 hits in the lead. In fact, Lefort did close the gap up there. Outscored in Bowden 6-5. Up next for the Americans, Garrick Meinhardt's on for his last fight here at the Beazley International Trophy, and he's up against Erwan Lepeshu. Meinhardt comes into his final match with a +1 indicator. Lepeshu on a -2 indicator, so at the moment Meinhardt has the better track record in this match. Of course, can all turn around. We're in the 7th leg of 9, and there you see the mask clip of Garrick Meinhardt was caught up in the blade of Lepeshu, and borrows one from his teammate. Mask clip required now in foil fencing because the lower part of the bib of the mask is now considered part of the valid target area of fencing, has been for a few years in fact. And somewhere in the middle there, an awkward landing for Erwan Lepeshu. Looks all right though. So crucial legs 7, 8 and 9. Still a 5-hit lead for the Americans. French got to take their time in trying to close this gap up. No need to go rushing in here if they want to come away with a medal from these championships. This exhibition trophy. Garrick Meinhardt has other ideas. Oh, lovely stop hit there. A bit of a trademark of this American team. Meinhardt rushing a bit early there. Target score of 35 is just 1 away for the Americans. And there it is, a beautiful attack on preparation. The explosive nature of that attack caught Erwan Lepeshu out, and Meinhardt has done his job, hands over a 7-hit lead there. Finishes his record with a +3 indicator. Those of you in the know will know that that means he's scored 3 more hits than he gave away. If you end up with positive indicators in a fencing match like this, you have done your job. There's a -4 indicator for Owen Lepeshu, so it's now down to Jérémy Cadeau and Enzo Lefort to see if they can fight back against this strong American team, but they'll be facing first Racing Bowden and then Miles Chamley-Watson. Racing Bowden to your right, Jérémy Cadeau to your left. Remember, this is for the bronze medal at the Beazley International Trophy. Attack doesn't land for Racing Bowden, and what looked like the simplest of hits for Jérémy Cadeau, but I can tell you that the opportunity was would have been gone in the blink of an eye had he not taken it, but he's gone over the back line now, and Cadeau gives up a hit for free effectively. Blade picked up, line was out for Bowden, but Cadeau picked up the blade, established the right of way, and that's his attack as well. A little bit of lateral movement across the piece there from Bowden was enough to make Cadeau miss, effectively giving semi-freebie to Bowden, and that time an attack and a block out, or in fact a counter attack and a block out. One light. Americans are starting to look like they're running away with this, and a beautiful stop hit there from Racing Bowden. We've seen a few of those from him tonight in this bronze medal match. One away from the target score of 40. Blocked out on the attack by Jérémy Cadeau. Cadeau on the attack himself now, and another stop hit from Racing Bowden. I wonder, if we look back on the replays, how many times he landed stop hits tonight in this bronze medal match, but it is the Americans now who are in an extremely commanding position. And Bowden finishing with a +1 indicator, and Cadeau finishing with a -8 indicator. So it's all down to Enzo Lefort to find a way through, but he's up against a former world champion in Miles Chamley-Watson. The 9th and final leg of the bronze medal match here at the Beazley International Trophy. With a presentation brought to you by British Fencing and Leon Paul. We have a technical issue here. The lame jacket, the scoring jacket worn by Lefort, is not bringing up a coloured light as it should. And there we see Nick Payne in the middle there, and the American coach Greg Macialis walking off to the right there. There's still an off-target light coming up. I think Miles Chamley-Watson was said, "Oh, that's all fixed now," but I hadn't seen that the off-target light came up on the box, and despite protests from Greg Macialis, it looked like he was going to carry on with the fight, and then Coach Marcial stepped up onto the piece. It shows how much this means to each of the teams. I mean, come on, the Americans flown a long way to come here to London. I had a couple of them planning to stay in town, and some have been here for a few days already and have done some training here with our world-class program fencers. Charlie Watson, in fact, had his uncle visit earlier on today. But we're going to get back underway here. First attack from Charlie Watson looked like it failed, and then the referee decides not to separate those, so no hit given on that occasion. That's a beautiful parry riposte. Remember, the target score here, the winning team, the bronze medalists, will end up with 45 on their side of the scoring apparatus. And despite an attempted stop hit from Charlie Watson, he wasn't able to land the counter-action or evade the attack, so Enzo Lefort lands his attack, and another attack breaks through the attempted parry riposte from the American. We're on the back line, French fencer approaches, finds the blade, but the referee had already called halt. And another attack. Still the attack there. So the Americans 2 away from taking the bronze. It's been a sterling effort from Enzo Lefort. Misses on the attack this time. Unfortunately for him, Charlie Watson was only able to land an off-target hit. Attack is parried by Miles Chamley Watson, but he wasn't able to land the riposte because Enzo Lefort left his blade out there, hit with a remise and blocked out the riposte at the same time. And that time it's a single light for the French fencer. Still 6 behind. America needs 2, and there is one of them on a parry riposte. Multiple parries in there. The final one came from the American, but he only managed to hit off target. This time it's a beautiful circular cease parry riposte, a showboating move to finish things off, and the Americans take the bronze medal here in the Egyptian Hall of Mansion House at the Beazley International Trophy. Big cheers all around, big applause all around, hugs for all of the teams running around. The coaches are up there. Fencers don't forget to shake hands with the referee, and the coaches shake hands as well. It's been a tremendous match, but the USA have won 45-37 and take the bronze medal here in London. So, what's up next? Well, we're going to have a very short break from commentary. We're going to leave you the pictures from the Egyptian Hall, but next up is what Beazley like to call an experience of white-collar fencing, where their guests here in Mansion House will get a go at fencing with some help from the professionals. I'm Karim Bashir. We'll be back in a little over 25 minutes for the big one, the gold medal match. Great Britain face Italy. Scheduled for 9:55, but they could go a little early, so about 20 minutes time we'll be back on the commentary. Well, welcome back to the Egyptian Hall Mansion House for the gold medal match in the Beazley International Fencing Trophy. I'm Karim Bashir, and it's my privilege to bring you coverage here live on British Fencing TV, courtesy of British Fencing and Leon Paul. The two teams in the gold medal match are Italy and Great Britain. Italian team of Andrea Baldini, Giorgio Avola, Daniele Garozzo and Eduardo Liperi, with their coach Andrea Cipressa. They have James Davis, Lawrence Halstead, Richard Cruz, Marcus Mepstead taking to the piste for Great Britain, and their coach is Andre Kloushin. So we had a couple of semi-finals earlier on today. Great Britain had a tight one with the French team of Le Péchu, Lefort and Cadeau, with Martin in reserve, but they came out 45-41 winners to make it to the gold medal match. Italy, well, they pulled away from the team from the USA of Imboden, Chamley Watson and Meinhardt in around the fifth leg in that match, and they ran out 45-38 winners to make it here. We've had the bronze medal match already. That went to the team from the USA, 45-37 against the French, but this is for gold. It's time for the team salutes. Handshakes all around. But the pleasantries will be over very shortly. Let me tell you, these two teams are taking this very seriously indeed. It is just an exhibition match. There are no world ranking points at stake here, but such an important training opportunity for these teams. Great Britain are ranked 9th in the world. Italy are ranked number 2. And first up for Italy, Daniele Garozzo, and he will face James Davis of Great Britain. Now remember, this is a slightly unusual format. We're still following the accumulator process that we see on the world stage. But the matches have been shortened to just 2 minutes in length. That's to accommodate getting in both the bronze medal and the gold medal match tonight. A beautiful attack from James Davis levels things up for the home team. Pin to the back line. James Davis had nowhere to go there. Daniele Garozzo manages to land a hit, but fortunately for the British team, it's off target. And attack is not, or the attacks are not separated there by the referee Nick Payne, who is back out doing officiating duty. He's already successfully navigated 3 matches today. The 2 semi-finals, and then that brilliant bronze medal match between the USA and France. Well, again, pinned to the back line. Davis is able to defend with a parry, but unable to land his riposte. And Garozzo lands a continuation to level things up at 3 apiece. A frenetic start here to this gold medal match. Blade is met for me by Daniele Garozzo. Referee is thinking about this. Does indeed give it as a pari riposte to the Italians. And a bit of banter there between Garozzo and Davis on the piece. Davis looking back to the box and saying, didn't I find the blade? Well, both the referee and I agree that it's Garozzo's hit, and the Italians are 4-3 up. Still the attack from the Italian. And it's Garozzo who takes Italy into a 5-3 lead after the first leg.
Hi, I'm Lawrence Halstead. I'm a foil fencer for Great Britain and I'm here for the Beazley International Trophy.
Hi guys, I'm Andrea Baldini. I practice fencing since I was 6. I practice foil. I'm very excited to be here in London.
Well, here we are again, second leg of 9 here, and we've got Lawrence Halstead on for Great Britain and Andrea Baldini on for Italy, and it's my absolute great pleasure to welcome a bronze medalist here from the Beazley International Trophy and member of the American team and world #1, Race and Bowden. Hi, Race.
Hey, how's it going? How's everybody?
Good, mate. Good, very good. What about you? Congratulations on your medal here. Great performance. Lovely stop hits. I was talking about your stop hits.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I've been working on those a little bit.
Yeah, it shows. It shows. It's been great to have you here. But tell us, we've been talking about the importance of having matches like this in the build-up to the second half of Olympic qualification. You tell us what's it been like?
Yeah, wow. I mean, it's been fantastic. We got a great turnout here, and the energy's great. It's fantastic by British Fencing and Beazley for putting this on. You know, anytime you put fencing in a venue like this and you have the best fencers in the world come out, what could possibly be, better than that? So it's been a fantastic event, and I'm really happy to be here and represent the U.S.
Yeah, and it's been great having you and the guys from the other teams as well here. From a training point of view, is there some genuine value? I mean, obviously it's great for British Fencing to support its sponsor, but for you as a fencer?
Yeah, oh my God, absolutely. It's, anytime you get to come out and, get on guard with these guys and test some of the things you've been working on, and, even though we're obviously having fun and trying to have a good time out there, it's nice to just, pitch yourself against somebody and see what everybody's been working on over a long summer off. So, it's been nice to see some changes out there.
And do you keep a few things in the locker?
Oh yeah, of course. It's not time to show everything yet. Yeah.
So you got like 4 weeks, and then you're off to San Jose for the first competition.
Yeah, in the
season.
U.S. Yeah, it's going to be. It's came up quicker than we thought it would.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys do a lot of miles, don't you? So I mean, to have competition at home.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, being in New York, California still is like going to Europe, but it's fantastic, and I have friends and family that will come out, and be on home turf is always the best feeling.
And just a little chat about your semi-final match up against the Italians, great team. Kind of pulled away from you a little bit from the middle of the match, and it was difficult for you to get back into it.
Yeah. The Italians are great. They have a lot of tactical fencing, and you got one of these guys like Baldini up here who's got some of the best distance in the world, and trying to march those guys after they have a lead is always difficult. But like we said, we're keeping things in our pocket, and we'll let it all hang out a little later on in the season.
Well, you never really want to give the Italians a lead. They tend to cling on to it, don't they, especially in foil. But here we're at the end of time in the second leg, and Lawrence Halstead has had a cracking leg for Great Britain. He's outscored Baldini 5-1, and so the Brits now lead 8-6 with Richard Cruz coming on for Great Britain and Giorgio Avila coming on for Italy. Now, Race, Olympic qualification.
Yes.
Really flippin' complicated.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
Essentially, the top 4 teams in the world qualify directly because you've got team event in men's foil in
Yep.
Rio. Top 4 teams qualify automatically, and then in essence, the next best teams from each of the regions then qualify.
Yes.
As long as they're in the top 16, and then it starts to get even more complicated.
Yes, yes.
You guys are in a good position at the moment.
Oh
US.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We've been fencing well. We've been coming together, working together. We've all been coming later and later in the competitions, and so it's hard to fence team directly after our individual results, which we've all been having obviously a fantastic year.
Yep.
And we're really we've been working on it and coming together as a team, and we're gonna come out in this season, obviously put a huge emphasis on the team events.
Yeah, of course. That qualification is really important for you. And in
Nice
terms,
touch, very nice touch.
Avila has been around the block.
Yes, he has.
But then again, so has Richard Cruz.
Absolutely. I remember when Richard won a World Cup, and my mother made me stand for God Save the Queen at home, watching it online.
Well, now you tell me, why is that, Rich? Why is
That's
that?
because my mother is British, actually, so she's quite fond of the British team, unfortunately for me.
Now we've got onto the British team. Tell me what changes you've seen over the last few years, the improvements in strength and depth.
Definitely. The British team has changed immensely. It's actually really nice to see Lawrence back on the team and bring some of that kind of like wise, crafty veteranness back to the team. You have James, who I grew up with fencing in junior and cadet events, and has watched change into an athlete and really pushed himself to kind of be one of the top fencers in the world, and obviously learned a lot from this guy out here who's probably, I like to say, is extremely tactical and always seems to be one step ahead of you when he's having a good day and like that. And it's nice to see this team kind of come together. It's a young team, and it's shifting to be a younger team now with Marcus and all those guys coming up, and it looks like they could be quite the threat in 2015.
It's a different story for the Brits, though, isn't it? Because the qualification process for them in Europe is pretty tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Italy and France in the top 4 in the world, along with you guys in Russia.
Yes.
Then if any of those European teams drop out, then they're suddenly their contenders grow in number. Because at the moment, really, it's between Germany and Great Britain
absolutely,
for that extra European spot.
Yes.
What about for the Americas? Who's trailing behind you?
We have Canada and Brazil are the guys that we have coming up behind us, but we like to focus on the world stage, and that's how we measure ourselves usually, is by those top 4 spots.
Yeah. Well, you're in there now, and obviously we wish you the best of luck after Great Britain, of course.
Yes.
So tell us about this match then. Clearly, Italy got off to a good start, but Great Britain didn't want to get pegged back early on. They've taken the lead with Lawrence Halston, and now Richard is...
Richard's being smart. He's being smart. He's not pulling anything too big out. Avola's one of those guys that will always capitalize on your mistakes. So as long as he stays small, which he didn't do there, but that's okay, Avola is not going to have that big a chance to get back in this match. So we'll see how it comes out. But Avola's one of the most patient fencers on the circuit, that's for sure. Nice touch.
Yeah, nice attack there from Richard Cruz.
Really small and simple.
And keeping it simple like that, I think, is incredibly important now in foil.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's difficult with such a technical sport. That's probably one of the keys, is when you feel the most excited to make things even simpler and smaller, and that's a lot of times the difference maker.
Ooh, another attack there from Avila.
Really nice.
And as we close to the end of this third match, and we're now a third of the way through the gold medal match here at the Beazley Trophy, just talk about the evolution in fencing even over the last few years. The fact that you've been working on the stop hit now, trying to draw the attack from your opponent so that you can land the stop hit. And I noticed you were also blocking as well with some counter attacks. Is the tendency not to want to attack as much?
No, not at all. I think that you see, especially somebody, when you watch this bout, you've got Garozzo, who loves to get the attack, and he likes to slowly be patient. But as you see, that's kind of been the progression, is that from before, where everyone kind of wanted to rush you down the strip, now the goal is to kind of be more patient, forcing slowly to pick the right moment. And what you do is, on the other end, and being on defense with the stop hit and that kind of thing, is try to draw your opponent into something they don't want to do, which is speeding up with their arm back. Yeah. And if you watch Garozzo here, he's going to hold his arm back quite a bit, and if you can be simple,
Yeah.
then you can capitalize on that. But it's also the same thing if you get complicated on defense and he comes slowly, then he usually wins those actions.
So who's told Yuki Otter about this new evolution?
Yeah, well, I mean, Yuki is one of, we always talk about Yuki as one of the fastest guys in the circuit, but when you watch his fencing, especially from World, it's extremely clean and simple fencing, and even though he's doing it at high speeds, he's staying simple, and that's what allows him to kind of keep that up. And that was exactly what we were just talking about there. Lawrence capitalizing on that arm being backed by Garozzo.
Yeah, duck and counter-attack. Made the Italian miss. And Great Britain are back 2 hits ahead. A parry riposte fails. The fight continues. Nick Payne, the referee, doesn't stop it. He's able to see the action. Another beat from Halstead, but isn't able to land around the back.
Nice try. Smart by Garozzo to get out of there after the first try.
So what does it mean to be world number 1?
Oh, I mean, it's it's obviously one of those life goals that you have of being up there, and then to win the World Cup title was obviously a massive deal. So it's just an accomplishment. You mark off the list and you move on to the next one.
Yeah.
You make your set of goals, and we were moving on. Yeah, but it's you had your moment, and I had my moment when I won the World Cup, and I got to celebrate it with my coach, and now we're already looking to the next season. So it seems like years ago now.
Yeah, it's amazing in sport how quickly things move on. But I mean, your team, talk about the British team's evolution, your team has come on leaps and bounds in the last 10 years.
Oh,
I mean,
it's
Garrett's been up at world number 1 a couple of years, I think.
Yes.
And Mars clearly won the World Championships a couple of years back. And you didn't even bring Alex Marcial. He's sunning himself on a beach somewhere in Hawaii.
Yes.
I mean, you've got a heck of a team.
Yeah, we're
Rio
great.
is looking pretty good for you guys,
Oh, yeah,
right?
fantastic. We have a great team, and talk about a bunch of young, hungry guys. That's pretty much what our team has been made up of, and it's nice to see us all come into this beautiful touch. Nice to come into this kind of mature, set where we're being consistent, and that's the difference. Is you start to see our guys be consistently the top guys, and it reminds us of. For us, it's how we felt watching Italy when we were younger.
Right,
so it's an amazing feeling.
Well, it's a couple of stop hits there from Lawrence Halstead. Clearly he was watching you earlier on, and he's landed a couple of stop hits there
smart
himself.
guy.
Yeah, it is great to have Lawrence back in the team. He certainly brings a slightly different element to it.
Yeah, and a great result at his World Champs back.
Great, yeah, absolutely top 8. And I've spoken to him on a number of occasions. Got in a couple of times a bit too close like that and opened the door for Garozzo. Yeah, I've spoken to him a number of times, and like you, he's clearly being the individual number 1 ranked fencer is very important to you and a great goal. But for him, it's all about the team. So when I said, how did you feel about your result in the world? And he went, I've got the team events to focus on. I'm not. Great, happy days, but we move straight on to the team. Nice distance from there from Halstead stepping away from the attack.
That was a smart change after those stop hits. Throwing a getaway go like that is a really smart tactical change. See if he tries to switch it again.
He's on the back line here. He's going to have to push forward around the back.
That's the way to end the bout.
With
some style.
Yeah, lands a terrific hit there, and all of a sudden, Great Britain are 5 hits up in this gold medal match at the Beazley International Trophy.
It's a strong bout. Very strong bout from Lawrence.
Well, up for Great Britain, it's James Davis, and he's going to be up against Giorgio Avila. Big match up here. The Italians are going to want to try and close this one up, right?
Absolutely,
They're not going to want to go rushing in. They just want to try and close the gap.
Yep. It's going to be interesting to see how James handles this. James definitely is one of those guys who likes to attack, and Avila definitely doesn't have a problem with people attacking him. So we'll see how this matchup works out. I got a little time to train with James over the summer. He came to New York. We trained a little bit. He's an amazing guy, really friendly.
Very popular on the world circuit.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Off target, off target.
I don't think the referee's separating that either way.
No problem. Should have been off target anyways.
Nice attack there. So what should James be looking for against Avila with this lead? I mean, he doesn't want to rush himself.
It's difficult. Evola likes to get people stationary, because what's funny about Evola, that's a nice stop it there, but Evola tends to, he has quick change of direction. He's actually got a lot of speed from stillness. So he likes to draw people into that kind of patient middle zone and then pop the attack off, just like we saw there. And so I would say that's the biggest thing, is try to keep him moving and stay patient and don't get stationary like that.
Yeah.
Off target.
But of course, James is going to be thinking that as well. And maybe if he stays stationary at a sufficient enough distance,
absolutely,
he can draw this attack out from Avila. And you're trying to think about one step ahead.
That's
the whole
that great
time.
thing about fencing, is showing somebody exactly what they want, but not quite what they want.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That would be very, very smart. I think James has a great attack, and I think he'll use that to his advantage here, especially with the lead. You know, takes a little pressure off you, lets you kind of get a few off, and he'll get into a rhythm, I think.
It's just that stuttering footwork as well when he's coming forward. You just don't know when the attack's going to land. Final action there is given to the Italian. Thoughts on that one?
It was close. It was close. Definitely one blade contact. I think it was probably correct. It's hard to say with those, but I don't think either fencer would have liked it if it had gone against him.
Yeah. Avila just getting his foot stuck on something on the piece there. He looks all right. Made us tough stuff, these fences. For those of you joining late, I'm in the commentary box with world #1 fencer from the US, Reese Bowden.
Yeah, Bo's doing a great job right now of keeping distance with James, because he's such a big guy, and you know, he's being really, really patient and not rushing anything, which is why he's having success right now.
Yeah, well, he's 4-1 up in this fight.
I would have been angry if that was a goal on that one too.
Did you not feel there was a stop?
I thought that James stopped in there, and then Ebola took over, but.
Well, British referee in London, home
Yeah,
soil.
yeah. We'll give him a few. That was nice. Again, just keeping James at bay over there, never letting him really get too close, and then starting his attacks nicely.
Yeah, he's not conceding as much ground as James is at the end of his piece.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah, the one time he didn't keep distance, he got hit, so maybe he'll realize. And he's right back to that distance.
Well, on the back line, I think the first one's no from Avila, and like you say, the
off target, definitely.
Pick up there from Davis is off target. Ah, that was Davis's attack for me.
Yep, just missed it.
Race, we've got another infiltrator up in the commentary box, and big hello from Alessandro Noto of the Italian Fencing Federation, and ciao to Italy. We understand we've got quite a few viewers in Rome and other cities around Italy watching this live stream, and the Italians fell behind a little bit there, Ale, but they pulled it back, and a great storming leg from Giorgio Avila in the last leg, but Richard Cruz is doing the works on Andrea Baldini at the moment. He's shrugging his shoulders in truly Italian style there.
Nice counter parry post there for Richard. Smart not to go too deep on Baldini, because he loves to use distance to make his touches.
He's not a short guy, Andrea Baldini.
I mean,
but he's not the tallest on the circuit.
I believe everybody's pretty short when you're fencing the British team. Two guys hovering around 6'4", I believe. Yeah. Halstead's probably about my height, 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah,
so
it's around about that.
Definitely not a short team to fence, and so it definitely makes him look a little bit shorter out there. Nice bout by Richard.
Yeah, quite right. Richard pulls it back a little bit for Great Britain, but you can never rule out the Italians, and they're still within 3 hits there. And we come into those crucial final 3 legs, and Lawrence Halstead is up against Giorgio Avila again, who had such a great 5th leg for Italy.
Yeah.
Let's see whether he can repeat that performance again. No sign of either team's looking to use their substitutes here.
I don't think so. I think we're sticking the main 3 the whole way through on this one. There's that distance again from Vola. Ooh. Switch it up, showing a little distance and then stepping in. See how Lawrence responds. Nice.
Playing with the distance very well there, Lawrence Halstead.
Yep, breaking away pretty large and then letting him gain some speed. That was a perfect example we were talking about earlier when we said, you know, showing one thing that somebody might want and then capitalizing on that.
This is a daft question race, and
yes.
But that's my job. I'm here to ask daft questions. How important is distance?
Oh my God, yeah. It's everything. It's the difference of, you know, life or death pretty much, like that, where, you know, distance is one of those things, and especially in fencing, because you think of distance as, most people would think of distance as being running away from your opponent, keeping your distance. But the distance is just as key, pushing your opponent, because with such a small target and such a small area to hit the target with, you have to be really precise at the distance to get your arm out to make that perfect extension. Whereas if Lawrence is 2 steps closer, he can't really get his arm out like that, and that's the difference of the point.
And what often fascinates me is the change of speed to create the distance. So it's not just about distance isn't just about the space between you and your opponent. It's about messing with that space and doing it at high speed and at different speeds.
Yep. So you see actually 2 contrasts of that here. You've got Avola, which you said before has got that short, choppy footwork, and, you know, will kind of play with you, make you feel uncomfortable coming forward, make you feel uncomfortable going backwards, whereas Lawrence is smooth. Nice little remise there, not giving him a chance to get the parallel post off, but Lawrence, and actually it's a British, kind of a British trait, and we talk about that in fencing, is that you see kind of traits that run through countries. Chinese fencers fence semi-similarly. British fencers have things that they all do kind of the same from training together and growing up with each other. So that smooth kind of footwork comes, you know, Richard does it, James does it, Lawrence does it as well, and you see a much choppier, really nice simple touch there by Vola, footwork from the Italians. You've seen it all the way through, you know, back to Sanzo. You see it with Beazley. They tend to do those shorter, smaller steps.
Yeah, and also you notice with some of the Italian teams, certainly on the ladies' foil, using this back foot, front foot change in step going forwards and backwards, not always leading off the same foot.
Yep.
And that has it manifests itself with your body not moving as much. If you're stepping forwards and you move your back foot first,
you're not going anywhere.
Your body doesn't look like it's moving, and you're not going anywhere. And then all of a sudden, you're right on top of your opponent when you move that front foot.
Yeah, I mean, the easiest thing to relate it to is that kind of like ollie shuffle, where it keeps your feet moving, makes your opponent worried and paying attention to something going on there, but really, you're just biding your time. Attack together, I think throwing that out's the right call.
Yeah.
Too close, too close.
Avila not happy about it.
The Italian had a tendency to think that everything's theirs.
That shows how important this is to them.
Absolutely.
They want to walk away with the gold medal here at the Beazley International.
House.
And how did he get that one?
I think he actually got the point. I just think he lost his foil there. He even extended through that. I see Vola's point there. He's saying that you know, even though Lawrence dropped his foil, you have one action to get it off, and you know, it's It's still a friendly match. It's like soccer. We don't want anybody to get hurt, so I understand the point of calling halt there and not giving the point, but I also see that that was really a Vola's touch.
Yeah, there was no reason not to give that in that situation.
Oh.
And that seems to have fired the Italian up.
Yes.
Never a good idea.
Oh,
Nice. Straight out of the blocks there from Halstead.
Great answer to that last touch. Uh-oh. Stillness. Oh, that's a Vola specialty. It just gets you static right there. That was nice. That was really clean. Tricked him completely with that. Again, see if you can get him to stop. Not that time. There it is.
Yeah, Halstead changing the pace there again from the previous hit. Just a little slower start, but he's put Britain, well, kept Britain in the lead. But there's still not very much in this at all. As we move on to the penultimate leg, and I know you have some work of your own to go and do downstairs, and picking up some silverware.
Yep.
So, if you don't mind staying with me through the penultimate match, then we will release you from the commentary box.
I'm fine. I can run down there right after that.
Oh,
It's
good
not
man,
so far
good man.
away.
That's what I like to hear.
I like being up here. It's a better view.
It is great view up
It
here,
is.
isn't it?
I know. I was just taking a picture, on my phone. It's amazing. The venue looks so great from up here with the lights and the flags. All right. That slow marching attack of Garozzo, pushing, all the way down to the end of the strip. Oh, nice change by Richard. Really nice.
Well, Halstead and Avila in the previous match were really the star performers so far for their teams. Halstead finishing on a +5 indicator, Avila on a +7. Garozzo's currently on a +1, but so is Richard Cruz. Ooh. Pin to the back line.
He loves to get people down there, huh?
Yeah. Doesn't like going back to his own line so much.
Not so much.
Cruz trying to wrap him up and try and get him into that attack and make himself very, very awkward to hit. Keeping the elbow down on that sword arm side of his body.
Yep.
Completely guarding that side. Is the first one land for Cruz? It does not.
Nope. Let's see if he realizes that being down there might not be the best
Yeah.
idea. Pair of posts.
Again, a marvellous display of distance there. And the Italian just skipped away from the attack. This time he doesn't.
It's one of those work touches where he just kind of sat down back there, worked all the way through the touch. Because he had like 3 or 4 shots. And sometimes with Garozzo, when somebody holds an arm back like that, you've got to take numerous to finally get a point on.
Yeah. Keeping that concentration as well in those situations. I mean, we don't have Andrea Cassara here, but I know that James Davis is referred to him sometimes as it's like fencing in a washing machine.
Ah, Cassara.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, one of the most decorated fencers of our generation. Woo, nice attack.
And to the outside world, Andrea Cassara can appear to be a little bit of a monster, emotional monster on the piste, but off it, what a delightful chap he is.
Yeah.
Well, Cruz so far has got the measure of Garozzo here. Penultimate leg, gold medal match of the Beazley International Trophy.
Nice pair of posts.
Target score of 40.
see how close Grozo can get it to make this last bout pretty interesting.
Well, there's enough time for him to take the lead.
Definitely. Keeps pushing like this, that's for sure. Off target. Keeps that pressure on him, keeps it on. There it is again.
Cruz has got to get off that back line.
Yeah. Well, he's mixing up nicely, putting that pressure and making him worried about finishing, and then switching to that para post when Cruz finally does decide to break and throw that counterattack in there. So it's really, it's difficult to deal with, but Cruz might want to start letting him. Yeah, there it is again. And that time Grozo didn't switch to the para post, and the touch goes Richards away.
Well, we see that quite a lot, this blocking counter-attack in foil.
Yes, yes. It's difficult. I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of putting the head down on most stuff, but you know, it's all a style thing.
But you see that, I mean, James Davis throws in a lot of stop hits, counter-attacks, like yourself earlier on today, throwing in numerous stop hits with great success.
Yeah.
So you do see this sort of balance of tactics going on in men's foil, certainly at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it is in every sport, that your defense is as important as your offense. So, I mean, you know, defense wins games. If you're not getting touched, you know, you're putting yourself in, the other person in a world of hurt, because that can be the most frustrating thing. I mean, I've definitely been in bouts. Nice touch by Grozo there. Oh, he threw it out.
Oh, I thought you had a call on that one, but the referee disagrees with both of us. No hit given there. Yeah, because of course, if you can keep up a good defence and not give away any hits, time then starts to play a part in a match.
And frustration. You know, it's like denying someone in basketball. It's humiliating after a while. Nice end there. Finally got that attack going right at the last point.
Yeah, just in time, really.
Yeah.
The Italians are not too far away.
No, and you have probably, I would say, one of the top closers in the world coming up here, Andrea Baldini, for a team event. Certainly.
He's up against James Davis, a star performer over the last couple of years for this British men's foil team. Some might say that Davis's performances over the last sort of 36 months have actually provided a bit of a fillip for Richard Cruz, and his performances have started to level up to where we once saw them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, that's the ups and downs of sport, and obviously, you know, peer competition is great. You know, you see it on team sports, you see it on individual sports, and people grow together, and definitely one of those situations where James coming back definitely probably put life into Cruz's game as well.
Well, that possibly took a little bit of pressure, because Richard Cruz was the only name that anyone knew in fencing in the UK.
Yeah.
And of course, Lawrence Halstead had a couple of stunning years in getting European medals, and a few on the world circuit as well.
For a long time, I used to think that Lawrence was the Baldini killer. He used to always come out and beat Baldini somehow, especially when Baldini had a couple unstoppable years.
Well, he's a phenomenal, isn't he, Andrea Baldini?
Yes,
he's an absolute superstar.
Definitely one of the fencers I grew up watching and wanting to get on guard with.
Yeah. Well, the fencers I grew old watching, unfortunately. So.
Hey, you know, you could still get out there. I bet he'd fence you. He's a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, we'll wait till the live stream's off for that.
Yeah.
Action.
I don't know. That might be worth the show, though.
We're trying to attract people to the sport race.
Ooh, really late parry there from James. Kind of snuck it in there. Oh. Caught in the mask wire.
I've got a quick question for you. I know this isn't a ranking competition.
Yes.
But clearly all you guys are, whilst having a bit of fun, you are taking it seriously, you are trying to win.
Yep.
What do you think of 2-minute matches in team fencing?
I don't mind it. I was just telling the guys that. I really don't. I don't mind it at all. You know, it keeps things interesting, definitely keeps things moving along. My biggest thing in fencing that I would love to see, and this is, you know, just kind of a wisp in the wind, I guess, but I always thought that it'd be great to have a really nice attack there. Best 3 out of 5 15s. So like tennis, you make it a really long match.
Yeah.
And you know, you let people really kind of dive into two fencers getting at it.
Yeah.
And, you know, keeps things interesting, keeps things also, you know, we talk about all the time about how many upsets there are in fencing and how up and down the results can be. And, and sometimes that's just from, you know, the first match, kind of 15-14, something doesn't go your way, things kind of get rolling the wrong way, and next thing you know, you're heading home, especially as a top 16 guy.
Yep. Well, Davis mixing it up here.
Seems to be locking it down.
You're getting your roll call there.
Yes. They're trying to pull me away. I'm not going. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stick it out.
And man, you can abseil down over the edge of this balcony here.
A little James Bond move.
Absolutely, we're in the right city for that.
Yep.
They're getting messy now, but final action is indeed given. And Great Britain are 2 points away from taking the gold medal here at the Beazley International Fencing Trophy.
Pushing, Baldini, huh? Oh, I guess he's working with less time, like you said, so he's got to.
Yeah, interesting to see if anyone takes note of these 2-minute matches. I think it makes a big difference.
There you go. Whoa! That was
I felt the first one missed there for the Italian. And Davis is not happy about that at all.
I think Baldini's going to give him a little sorry for that one.
I think he may have had a few generous decisions go his way, Davis, or certainly the British team. So.
That's okay. He's making it interesting. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
For us, it's good. For James, not so much.
No.
Wow. All right, he worked through that one.
So here it is. Great Britain 1 point away from taking the gold here in Mansion House at the Beazley International Trophy. Off target there.
And I have to run now because I'm being told to go downstairs for the medal ceremony, but thanks for having me.
World number 1 Racing Bowden, thank you so much for coming up here.
Thanks, guys.
So here it is, it's down to the wire, there's 20 seconds left. Andrea Baldini on your left, trailing by 39-44 against James Davis on your right. It's proven a very exciting final match here at the Beazley International Trophy. And Davis does it for Great Britain with a beautiful para riposte. A Great Britain win at the Beazley International Trophy, 45-39 over Italy. And high fives round there for the British team, handshakes all round from the Italians, very sporting. And Andrea Cipressa there shaking the hands of the British team. Andre Klushin shaking hands with the referee and with his counterpart from the Italian team. But there it is, the British team walk away with the gold medal here. And what a tremendous performance on home soil. And what a great way to celebrate the 5-year partnership between British Fencing and Beazley. Now, don't go away far. We've got medal ceremonies coming up very, very shortly. We're just going to take a short break in the commentary box, but we'll be back for those medals very soon. Well, here we go. It's medal awards time now. As the teams come out onto the piste. There is piste there. Michael Kern, our host for the evening, did a great job there entertaining the guests of Beazley at their International Fencing Trophy, along with former British international Graham Ablett. And I do believe that is Andrew Horton down there presenting the medals to the French team. That French team is comprised of Erwin Lepechou, Enzo Lefort, Jeremy Cadeau and Julien Martin. And they get a special sort of runners-up prize here, finishing fourth. And now it's the turn of the Americans, who get their bronze medals. Racing Bowden, world number one, who was up here, now presented, given a handshake by Andrew Horton, but it's the Lord Mayor of London, City of London, who's presenting the medals. Lars Chandley Watson in the cap, and Gerrit Meinhardt there on the end, receiving their goodie bags. So the silver medalists here tonight, Italy. And again, it's Lord Mayor of the City of London that's presenting the medals. There's Andrea Baldini, Eduardo Luperi, and Daniele Garozzo next up. And last, but very much not least, Giorgio Avola. So Italy silver medalists, but the winners here tonight at Mansion House in the Egyptian Hall for the Beazley International Fencing Trophy of 2015. It's Great Britain, and there Marcus Mepstead steps up to get his gold medal, followed by Richard Cruz. Then James Davis there. And the comeback kid, Lawrence Halstead, receiving his medal. And there is the trophy awarded to the deserving team from Great Britain, raised by James Davis there. The team strike up a pose. So there we have it. Great Britain win this tremendous competition. An exhibition event put on by Beazley here at Mansion House in the centre and the heart of the city of London. Italy second, USA in third, and the French team led by Owen Lepechu in fourth place. A tremendous evening, some tremendous fencing. We will leave you these pictures. I've been Karen Bashir, and this presentation has been brought to you by British Fencing in conjunction with Leon Paul Equipment. Thanks for watching.